Hello and welcome. My name is Gene, and today we will be taking ourselves to one specific shape that will be the grounding, the foundation for a few postures. This particular practice is a legs up the wall practice, so you'll want to make sure that you have a wall space behind you, that you are comfortable extending the legs upward and being there for a good chunk of your time. So, feel free to grab a blanket and some blocks just so that you can utilize them for any point of your practice. But at this time, go on ahead and begin orienting yourself. Back of your yoga mat can be set against the wall just to give you some degree of support. And then I find that placing a hip against the wall can be a good setup for yourself. Finally, hoist the legs up, like so. If you keep your hair up in some way, you might feel comfortable setting the hair down, letting it be. Now your legs don't have to be fully extended. You can have a bend in the knees if you'd like, just to protect your joints to a degree. But this posture is entirely yours to set up. Allow that opportunity, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose, or sighing through the mouth. All the while, your body is slowly and surely starting to trust the ground beneath you. The palms of your hands can be planted downward for some more of that grounding energy. Palms can be facing the ceiling for that receiving energy, absorbing light, absorbing any of that world flow. You can even take a hand to the heart and a hand to the abdomen if you'd like to connect a bit more to your personal breath. This is a practice that's meant to encourage finding a moment of pause, a moment of repose. Especially if you find yourself in a really hectic circumstance. Maybe a wall isn't as accessible in that given moment, but you can always come back to the feeling of your spine on the ground like so. Your body just, again, giving way, surrendering, acquiescing, creating that language of trust and security with all of the resources of the earth underneath you. And as mentioned, anything that feels comfortable for you, movement-wise, you can always just tip the legs side to side. You can bend the knees softly again. Maybe you want the soles of your feet contacting the wall. It's just a time to place yourself in the space of your practice. And with some of these grounding techniques, maybe you're creating a mindset and intention that you want to cultivate for your practice today. I offer for you an intention of groundedness. A wall-based practice like this is very potent for your Muladhara chakra, your tailbone, as it's the chakra that associates you with your sense of survival, of preparation, and security of self. But of course, if you have something else you want to move with, something you want to be with today, maybe you just want to be still without any expectations, all valid. Breathe. And as you've given yourself a couple of moments of silence and stillness, repeating your intention or your sentence if it's a mantra, a string of words, come back to your breath. We're going to do a couple of more active postures, namely one. And then from that one active posture, you'll be finding yourself in longer held shapes. So if you were giving this a modality, it's definitely more of a yin practice, but it can be nice just to hold space for yourself. And again, very, very potent if you're wanting just a little bit of time to ground yourself back into your present body, independent of the expectations and influences of the world around you. So it's at this time we're going to take a breath in, bring the hands a little closer down to the body, palms on the ground. And then exhale, bending your knees, soles of the feet find their way to the wall. And then on an inhale, you're going to start pressing into your feet, lifting your lower back, eventually more of your upper back, until you're on your upper back, a little more towards your shoulders. This is called your wall-supported bridge pose. Just holding here for a minute. Breathe. Pressing the palms of your hands on the ground. Pressing the soles of your feet against the wall space. Breathe. Again, probably the most active posture you'll be in today. But it can be nice to start off with a little bit of heat in the body, just so that you know what you're moving with, what you're aware of. Halfway point. Check in on the back of your skull as you're rocking side to side, very gently. And almost envisioning like you have a block between your knees, just to help keep the legs in that equidistant place. Breathe. Almost there. Got 3 more breaths. Good work. And then next, inhale very gently. The spine begins coming back down to your mat. If you used a block for any portion, set the block to a side. And then exhale, legs extend back up to the wall. Rebound your spine for a couple of breaths. Breathe. What's your back feeling? That's probably the most engagement. Your upper portions of the spine will feel. The rest of the time they'll be in place. So as you breathe in through your nose, again, really rooting down through your spine all the way down to your tailbone. And then exhale, we're going to bend the right knee, bringing the sole of the right foot onto the wall itself. From there, your hand is going to help the right knee open to the side, coming into your wall-supported tree pose. Again, nice time to take a block, set it underneath the right thigh. Whatever kind of placement you'd like. Might take a moment or two to find that form that feels good. And breathing all the same. This is the place you'll be in for 3 minutes. Now, as your legs find a place, maybe you use your arms, reach them up overhead, just getting a little bit of a chest engager, or even bending at the elbows, backs of the arms on the ground, just to get more of a heart focus here. Beyond your legs being in that tree shape, the upper body can do whatever feels good. You can always take a hand to the abdomen and heart once more. Again, just so that you're feeling your breath. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose or mouth. You've made it about a minute or so in to your tree pose. How is your body feeling? If you're supporting with a block, how much of that block are you trusting to hold your leg in place? If you're not using the block, ask the same question. How much of your body is trying to hold yourself up versus eventually just sinking into your posture, allowing gravity, breath, and time to all assist you in finding your personal tree today. Nice work. Another minute or so to go. You're breathing. You're here. You are present and making time for yourself. This is your moment to gather all of the information of what your body has been moving you through. Regardless of whatever time of day you're giving yourself this wall practice. Maybe there's something happening in your sphere of influence that's trying to gain precedence over your felt senses. Something else is trying to vie for your focus, take away your drishti, pull your attention out of your practice. Remember, breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your nose or mouth. And really feel how the air is moving. How are you channeling it? How are you directing it through the body? If you're giving it any kind of focus or directive manifestation. You have 4 more breaths here. And then as you find an inhale, the right hand will reach to the right leg, help the thigh, point the knee back in toward the body. And then exhale, send the right leg back up to the wall, rebounding your body here, just letting your arms be wherever you'd like them to. Take 3 breaths. How are you feeling? How much more of your spine are you trusting to give to the earth? And how much are you noticing the earth cradle you back, hold you up, give you that support? For now, as you take another breath in, maybe the knees soften just a little bit more, feet loosening up, not so flexed. And then exhale, now both feet We'll bend soles of the feet on the wall themselves, knees towards your chest. And then inhale, widen your arms out to a T or low V. And then exhale, tip the knees to your right side. Again, you're welcome to have a block set underneath the right thigh, or allow your legs to fall as much to the right as they're comfortable. Breathe in through your nose. And then this time, take a big sigh through the mouth. Starting to acquiesce to the sensations of your twist. You can also take your gaze and look away from your legs, so to your personal left. Just holding this twist for a couple of minutes. Again, how are you feeling? What are you collecting in your body? If you ever feel like you've got quite a bit stored up internally, it can be nice to give yourself a good deep twist. Just allowing your body to process those feelings, release what does not hold space in you anymore. And again, just letting yourself surrender. Accept the twist that you're in today. Almost there. Nice job. If at any point you feel your mind wandering a little too far, bring it back with your heartbeat, your breath. These slower modality practices might make the mind want to move a little more fervently, a little more actively, just to try and compensate for this stillness. But give yourself the encouragement and the reminder that it's okay to be still for a little bit. Feel what your body is trying to communicate with you. For now, you're going to take your eyes, look back up to the ceiling if you looked away from your legs. And then inhale, bring a right hand underneath your legs, help them back to center. And following that momentum, you're just going to exhale. Legs drop now to the left side. Again, bring a block with you if you'd like. Just setting it underneath the left leg, left thigh, left knee specifically. You can always set the block to a side when you feel like your legs just want to go all the way down to the ground. 2 minutes here. Look away from the legs if you'd like. And breathe. Now, this particular slow series of postures can be great to do at any time. However, if you have any particular leanings in metaphysical stuff, if you have a penchant for lunar phases, this particular series is really effective during full moons. The full moon is generally a time when we work extra hard. We are coming to the conclusion of a major period of work, a major period of cycling. So maybe you just want to recenter yourself, reestablish your connection, that corporeal sense of how you're tethered to this life you live. In that sense, a grounding, Muladhara-centric, wall-based practice can be very good for those elements of stability and earthen support. Remember, you've got resources that you can always utilize: your breath, your heartbeat, your intentional work, your intuitive voice. All of those elements, and then some, serve to remind you of your purpose, what it is that you're wanting to achieve in the time you have on this planet. We'll take another 4 or so breaths here. And then, just like before, if you took your gaze away from the legs, the eyes go back upward. As you inhale, the left hand scoots underneath the legs. Help yourself back to center. And then exhale, the right leg will now extend up to the wall. Left knee bent, sole of the foot on the wall itself. Now, taking the other side of your fallen tree or wall tree, breathe in. And then breathe out, open your left knee to the side, sole of the foot touching the right leg, at least the side of it. Again, block underneath the left leg in whatever capacity is comfortable. You can always just let the block be and engage with the gravitational forces of this planet. Slightly longer hold time here, 3 minutes. Again, check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Always good to have that moment of processing. What is a body feeling in a shape? How is your body specifically finding that level of ease combined with the level of effort needed to find your posture? You are at the halfway point. Again, if you feel yourself starting to really dive deep into your thoughts, maybe you take your hands, lightly tap the fingers on the ground, whether carpet, hardwood floor, or whatever surface you find yourself on. That finger tapping can remind you again that you are here, you are present. You are aware of those subtle shifts, the quiet changes that you are creating internally. Nice job, y'all. You've got 3 more breaths here. And then next inhale, the left hand will move itself to the left leg. Bring the knee back in toward the chest. And then exhale, left leg extends up to the wall, meeting the right leg. This is your rebound. Make any little movements, be as still as you'd like. Just an opportunity to put together what you're feeling from your tree and your twist. As mentioned, there are fewer postures in a practice of this nature, but each posture that you are in, on whatever side you take, is entirely intentional. Your body is telling you the story of your grounding status. How stable do you feel? And if there's any discomforts, any uncertainties, ask yourself where those are rooted. Part of yoga is finding that body-mind connection while still addressing the changes that you move through on a daily basis. So we have one more posture before moving into your savasana today. And that posture is your wall-supported butterfly. So from here, bending both of your knees, soles of the feet on the wall again, and then the knees part, soles of the feet touching each other now, in your wall butterfly. This can be where you bring the blocks with you, set them under the legs. Again, the blocks might help, the blocks might hinder. So it's on you as a yogi to decide how these blocks hold space for your body, if at all. It's okay if the answer to that question or if that thought doesn't have any kind of placement. If your answer is no, you don't have to use them. All your choice. So breathing here, holding this shape for a good 4 minutes. Probably the longest posture of your practice other than your savasana. And it is here in butterfly pose that I would invite you to come back to your intention, your sankalpa. If that intention happens to be an affirmation, a string of words, good time to repeat it to yourself once or twice. How does it feel to be supported? How does it feel grounding yourself in a space? Remembering that you are indeed supported, you are indeed safe. And as you meet those survival needs, you are then given the space to expand and grow in the ways that only you know best. What is your forward momentum path? You are cresting toward the halfway point. Breathe. last minute and a half or so, observe your breath. How has the quality of air shifted between the start of your practice and the near completion of it? Maybe at some point during your time on your mat, you started creating a focused breath, guiding the air inward, guiding the lungs to expand as air fills them up, and then guiding the air back out through the nose or mouth as the lungs recede. Maybe just like at the start of your practice, your breath simply moves organically, giving the briefest of pauses between your breathing, your inhaling and exhaling, and an equally brief pause between the exhaling and inhaling, honoring the stages of your breath, and honoring both the fullness and emptiness of your grounded lungs. How are you making space for air through your body? Three more breaths here. And then as you're ready, take an inhale. Hands will come under both the knees this time. And then exhale, legs are sent up the wall. Rebound here one more time. Now, as your Savasana is fast approaching, maybe you want to stay legs up the wall today, taking a couple of minutes here as part of your rebounding, just to give your practice that sense of a full circle moment. You started here, legs up the wall. You're grounding yourself legs up the wall into the flow of your practice, those 3 or 4 postures for yourself today. And now, it's time to take another couple of minutes, just allowing yourself to absorb the experience of today's practice. A legs up the wall journey that utilizes all elements of being supported and cultivating a sense of trust in your own body. For now, recall your breath and your heartbeat as you take 2 to 3 minutes and letting yourself enjoy a brief Savasana. I will let you know when it's time to meet for the conclusion of your practice. and starting to take that noticing of yourself. You're guiding your body back to the feeling of your mat under your spine, the earth under your mat. Air is moving through your nose as you breathe in deeply. Cultivate a grounded breath, a rooted sense of yourself as you breathe out through your nose or sigh through your mouth. Take one more breath like that. Feel the abdomen rise. Feel your body on the ground, on your mat. Find those tactile connections that begin guiding you back to your physical self. And all the while, your fingertips and toes start to wiggle. The arms and legs may bend ever so softly. Maybe you even bring the knees down to your chest. Arms can go behind the thighs, tops of the shins, and then rocking side to side with that same gentle sense of you. You're also welcome to take an inhale. Lift your neck very gently off the ground. Give a full body hug here. And then exhale, bring the back of the skull back to the earth. How do you want to move for yourself? How do you want to bring your body back to the here and now? And then as that inbound process completes for you, you're welcome to end just like so. Or you can find a side, tip the knees, tip the body, take a fetal position. And then in this fetal position, give yourself a moment. Recall whatever intention you were sitting with today, whatever was a part of your yoga practice. Any mantras with the words I am can be very valid to lean into for this mindset. I am strong. I am supported. I am on my purposeful path. I am present. Or anything along those lines. And then eventually, a hand finds its way onto the ground. Help yourself off of the earth. And then reorient yourself on your mat, finding a seat, a Sukhasana shape. The arms, the legs, the eyes, adopting any sealing posture, any sealing self. How do you want to close out this very earth-centric practice? Feel your chest open, feel the crown of your head lifting up to the sky as you are again supported. You are cradled by all of those safe and stable influences. It has been my humble honor to have shared space with you today, as you have shared space with me. Thank you for making time for yourself in this helter-skelter world, and may you continue to live your life grounded and authentic to your own needs, bringing forth your signature shine and radiance to this beautiful planet we share. The luminosity in me cherishes, respects, and will always celebrate the luminous, blooming heart in you. Shanti. Namaste. Thank you again for making time for yourself. I hope that this grounding practice helps root you into your personal, purposeful path, and may you enjoy the rest of your day ahead. Namaste.